Already,
We do have the literature, but I guess what I wanted to find out is this a presentation? I'm trying to look at the time constraint here and the time.
I don't think we take too long.
Okay, no, that's fine. I don't want to restrict you or limit your time. I just didn't want it to be redundant or everyone repeating something. If everyone has something different to say and to add, that would be helpful.
Hey, most likely the representative of all the association that are talking about the major issue, then they will
And
be.
this is the document?
Yeah, that's my, handed it to you.
Very good, thank you.
Can I starting now?
Yes, please.
Honorable Chairman Hill and Salias. And my name is Michelle Lau. I'm the licensed acupuncturist over 30 years and have been practicing in San Francisco and Sacramento. I have 2 offices here. So I'm the president of the Council of Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine Associations. This is an organization almost 30 years in California, advocate to the excellency for the Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine Association, the service. And also I'm the vice president of the National Guild of the Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine and belong to APEIU, Guild Local 62, AFL-CIO. We are the Acupuncture Association, belong to the labor union. And also, my colleagues sitting behind, beside me is the Dr. Wang and Dr. Weiwei and Dr. Liu. They all belong to the Northern California, the biggest association in here. They over like 500 or 600 people in here. And as a KOMA is the umbrella organization, including Asian, like Korean, and Vietnamese and Chinese association, and that's the list on here. We already have over 14 associations who let me have the authority to voice their voice. So in the past 30 years, I have been very heavily involved to the profession education. I'm almost spent my 30 years actually doing a lot of public, service for our profession. So, and I used to be working for the acupuncture board since the early 90s as a subject matter expert. And also I will be working for the acupuncture board as examiner. And from 1991 to almost 2006, it's almost like 16 years, 15 years. Due to my president duty of the KOMA, so that's the reason I cannot work that heavy load. So that's why, and I have to be member, but I still very closely working with the acupuncture board since then. And I have involved to this kind of testimony almost like the past 20 years. So before I starting my testimony, I just want to make sure to clarify what I heard from the NCCOM. In fact, that I would like to say thank you for them, the NCCOM and ACOM that have been done a lot of good job for the country. Because in United States, California is the only one acupuncture board that they have their own authority to do examination and approve school. And the other state, there's a 44 state, they are only depends on ACOM and the NCCOM examination. So one thing I want to correct that what I heard, they are not the national standard. There's no such a national standard in this country. Because every state, they have a different regulation, they have a different level. We have some state only require for 19 hours to fulfill, they meet the national examination requirement. But in California, we have been done so many legislation from the past 41 years that since legalization. Then we have been go through, explain that to, like 800 hour to like 1900 hour to like 23 hours for the study to now have to be over 300 hours. 3,000 hours since the AB 1943 and 2002. Because the profession thinking that's so important, we are the biggest state in the whole country. The acupuncture licensing acupuncture in this country, we have almost half of them. And we have many school, we have almost like a 25, about half of the school of the whole country. So we're looking for the higher standard, but we're not looking that just like a mixed standard. So this is very important. I really like the legislature, you understand that why we are here. We are here to all the profession, association, some school, they're supporting. We want to make sure the national standard, yes, we're really looking for it, but we don't have it. So NCCOM, they have a 4 module for the examination. Some state, they just require 1, or some state 2 or 3 or 4, I don't know. I keep asking them to give me the number, but up to now, I still don't have it. How many state, they only have like a 1 or 2 examination, and how many state that lead? But California is different. We only have a 1 comprehensive examination, and everybody have to not only to show their quality, how much they learn, but they also need to understand the law in California, the regulation, and this is to protect the public interest. So, and I'm going to talk a little bit briefly to what try to be more clarified for this. So according to 2 weeks ago that I attending in the acupuncture board hearing, and the OPES, that's the audit the NCCOM examination that present there's 2 weeks ago in the California Acupuncture Board. The NCCOM examination and the California Acupuncture licensing, that's a different licensing examination, do not test the same thing. California is a licensing examination. NCCOM is a certification examination. So a lot of states, they don't have their own board. So they only have to depend on NCCOM, the examination, and also depends on their law, how much they require. So NCCOM can suitable many different states, the requirement demand, but not California. So that's why the past 15 years, every year we have to come to here to testify and fight for the profession to try to make sure our California standard remain the high level, not going down. So we are happy to work with the NCCOM and ACOM if they can make this happen, making a comprehensive examination for the whole country. Acupuncture profession is more demanding now, become more welcome in this society. And just for the information, for your information, October 28, Congresswoman Judy Chu introducing a bill, HR 3849, and it's in the Congress now. And we all working, the whole country, acupuncture profession, we're working for that, is make the acupuncture treatment coverage into the Medicare system. Everybody over 65, they can do the acupuncture. And also for all the soldier, veteran, and their family, we call the HERO Act. And that will be starting this year. So we are treating all the public. We make sure our acupuncture, the licensed acupuncture, who passed the examination, they are capable, they understand how to treat patient. Not only some state, they only have 19 hours, they call licensed acupuncture. And like we have this 3,000 hours and pass the comprehensive, then we can become a licensed acupuncture. I'm sorry, I correct that, not licensed, they call the certificate. Then if they fulfill the other say the requirement, they probably call them licensed. So it's so complicated. The one thing why I'm so passionate that every time I come over here, every year we work so hard with the chair, the committee member, because what we come over here, not for the profession. We want to make sure our patient, when they get their treatment, they have the best education to treat them, you know, and then to have the experience. And by ACOM too, for the school, you know, like when I'm talking about the school, according to the, you know, the California Education Code 98499, specify the PPE must defer to the state regulatory board when it comes to the education approval. But the SB 1246 2 years ago, I worked tremendously with the chair, Senator Ted Louis, and then also worked for the governor office, and also the speaker, and also the Senate president. And we pointing out that's so important, the SB 1246 there are so many things we need to correct, which we correct that. First thing, they want to fire the executive director because they say that she didn't do a good job, but she did a great job. I think the committee member, you will receive what she had been done, but she was fired. She determined just like a week ago. And that's the new board. But the past 3 years, the board have been done a lot of good job, including some of the board member here. And that we were in the last Thursday, the acupuncture board meeting. It's an emergency board meeting, just a few days after the new chair change from the board, because the old chair resigned. And the new chairs come out then, and then 3 days later, we find out from the notice for the acupuncture board, and then seeing the emergency and talking about the executive director, I need to be thinking termination or hire a new interim. Why? We don't have any clues about that. Nobody knows what's going on, okay? So of course, I was in Los Angeles, and I have to come back right away. So actually, I'm in the Northern California because of my position. We have a lot of meetings going Los Angeles and San Francisco here. So, and that day, even though they don't even provide the public comment, and I stood up, I say that, why? Some important things like this, why we cannot have the public comment? They want to have a closed section, okay? So then I finally, when we require they have the public comment, and that we say why the executive director did a great job, okay? So I know that's something I wish you give me a moment to talk about why we thinking about that's so important. Because a board, we need to work together. We actually work together. We work very closely with the board. But the problem is like, okay, I know that. Let me finish this one.
You mentioned early on that it was going to be brief, so I hope
I'm sorry.
Your other members of the organization will, okay, very good, thank you. And by the way, I understand
yes,
you were at that hearing.
I were in the hearing.
And you did speak in the public comment.
Okay. But now I just very short sentence of finishing my.
Very good, thank you.
I just like, when I mention something, I really want the committee member knows what's going on, okay? So this is something important relating to all the issue today about the examination, it's about the school site visit. Okay, so according to the audit that we're knowing that the acupuncture board, the NCCA examination, they are not the same. The NCCOM examination does not meet the California regulation. The NCCOM, the examination does not have the good linkage with the California acupuncture licensing examination. That's from the OPES found out. It's not I said that, okay? So they have 5 suggestions. And it is unwise and conflict with the mission of the board and this committee to replace the California acupuncture licensing examination with another examination until the NCCAOM can be shown to assess specified entry-level skill to meet the requirement of a licensure. Table 5 of the audit report especially describe the poor linkage between the 2 examinations. From the 2016, the background papers for this meeting, site visits will be conducted by the ACOM and the BPPE, EPPE. The CAP will no longer need to conduct the site visit. This is not true. So California Education Code 98499 specify the BPPE must defer to the state regulatory board when it comes to the education approval. The BMP committee has sought to achieve the 3 goals since 2012. That's I'm talking about the past, the Sunset Committee. When it began its attempt to alter the board, fire the executive director, which we keep that after we talked to the chair, Senator Louis. And then until she was fired like a few days ago. So 2, we placed the board authority to site visit and approve school, and the SB 1246 become effective on January 2017. That's the reason that this 2 year we have been working with the Assembly member Ed Chow to do the bill. So, and then also on the 17, we placed the CAL with the NCCO examination. And 2012, the board began site visit the school for the first time in their history. They did a great job. They visited about over 30 schools. They found out they didn't comply with the regulation. Yes, I'm sorry.
Please wrap it up.
Okay, last sentence, last paragraph, okay? We do not understand why this why this happening, and that especially the gift that since 2012, the board began, they're doing a really good job, okay? And on the last Thursday, all the board staff, they standing up saying that they support the executive director, what they do, and we support that. We all profession go down there. So sorry for all this, like holding up, and I like to pass it to my dear.
Before we do that, are you a member of the organization, the Coalition for Transparent Acupuncture Board, the Council of Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine Associations? You're not part of the association at all?
Yeah, they're not part of that. I'm representing most of the Southern California, okay? And then all the people there will over 1,000
Well, we're not going to have a discussion or continue in the same way. So if you each will get 2 minutes.
Okay.
There you go, thank you.
Oh. Yeah, I'm Wei Wei. I'm a licensed acupuncturist and been practiced here in California for over 20 years. And I'm going to read. CAP has improved a lot according to the last Sunset Review's advice, such as to reinforce schools' review programs and curriculum, and to deal with complaints quicker and swiftly, in order to protect the consumers. And the better education to better reinforcement control and better protection of the practice standard, they all reflect that the acupuncture board wants to focus on protecting the consumers. And the majority expense from what I've just read from this packet, I've seen a majority expense of the CAP is on law enforcement. So I can tell that, yes, we pay a lot for the renewal fee and things like that, but they are all used in the right place. And the consumers' protection remains to be the focus of the CAP. That's what I'm glad to see. So I would like to have all the BNP members and the Honorable Chair to extend the sunset review of the CAP. And also I want to point out that Acupuncture Board has currently 7 board members, and majority of them are the public members, and only 3 are the licensed acupuncturists, but other professional boards, they all have more professional members than...
That's true, and I'm sorry, but your time is up, and we're actually trying on the other boards to include more public membership rather than professional membership, so that's good. So thank you for your testimony and for coming today.
I do have a few more things I want to...
I'm sorry, it's limited to 2 minutes because we have the organization was given a greater opportunity to express the concerns that would be raised. So thank you for your testimony, ma'am.
Honorable committee members, my name is Li Xin Huang, Executive Director of American College of Traditional Chinese Medicine and Vice President of California Institute of Integral Studies, a San Francisco-based university with WASC regional accreditation in offering higher education programs in 20 degrees, including bachelor, master, doctoral, and PhD degrees. And as a school, within CIS, we offer Master of Science in Traditional Chinese Medicine, Doctor of Acupuncture in Chinese Medicine, and postmaster graduate program in Chinese medicine, all recognized by ACOM and as an accreditation agency. Served as president of National Council of Colleges of Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine in U.S. I worked extensively in 12 last years with 50 ACOM accredited colleges in 20 states, including 18 schools in California. Having been in the leadership role of acupuncture and Chinese medicine education since 1989, I've seen tremendous changes and growth in acupuncture and Chinese medicine as a profession, and also the number of schools and licensees in California, advancement of acupuncture and Chinese medicine education standards through ACOM's consistent and systematic accreditation process. I've seen growing needs and demands from patients and the public in California for acupuncture, including Kaiser Permanente, California Pacific Medical Center, San Francisco General Hospital, UCSF OSHA Center, Stanford Medical Schools, and Penn Management Center all have acupuncture services in the medical services. So I would say this profession is really needed by the public and by the patients from all walks of healthcare in California. And I'm here to support the staff's analysis and recommendation in the CAB Sunset Review Report that ACOM accreditation is required starting January 2017, that CAB should work with NCCOM national certification to really comprehensively in California. All are expected by legislators, which does not have resources for CAB to implement. I express my full support for Sunrise of California Acupuncture Board. The staff's report recognized several areas. I think the new leadership already expressed the determination, commitment, and urgency of responding to those areas. I have confidence in the new leadership. I fully support the new leadership of the board and the staff, and I want you to support them too. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Ma'am, would you like to? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Xian Wang, and I am a licensed acupuncture. I have practiced acupuncture for 28 years in Oakland. I'm also a president of American Association of Chinese Medicine and Acupuncture. This is the largest acupuncture association in California. So I just want to remind our honorable chair, Senator Hill, and Assembly Member Sarah, in California, acupuncturist is a primary health care provider. They diagnose and treat patients independently. So they need a higher education standard and quality license examination. That's why we want to continue to restore the acupuncture board, our authority to service the school, to check the school, make sure the school, the curriculums and training program is meet the requirement. The second, we want to keep the California acupuncture examination exam, continue, keep the good quality examination. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Ma'am, would you like to?
My message is very simple here, 2 minutes probably. Thanks for the chair, Jerry Hill, spend time here, listen. My name is Daisy Liu, licensed acupuncturist since 1994 in California. I am the vice chair of the American Acupuncture Chinese Medicine Association. Let me see here. So I'm more concerned about our acupuncture board. Acupuncture board has the head of the large acupuncture professional group in California. So I would like to request, please understand that the board is how important for the practitioner, occupation ethicists. It's how important for the acupuncture professional contact rules and regulations, publications. But it's not just for the professional contact rules and regulations, publications. It is more important for the public safety of our patients. So as those serious the points and are considered, it is so important to keep acupuncture board in there or extension our board in the future years. So we need our board. We don't want our board, our head one day gone. So we believe our acupuncture board will trying better and will doing better year by year. Thank you so much.
And I am going to make that one thought that you had left. I'd be happy to hear, for the benefit of the committee, please make that.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, just want to let you know that NCCAOM's exam, it's broken down into 4 different modules, and each one costs $300 to take and only to get the diploma. And for the licensee exam in California, it costs $550, and then we can get a license, and that includes all 4 different areas, like the biomedicine, the fundamental theory of Chinese medicine, acupuncture, and herbal, and including the law too. So in foreign country, in foreign language, just like NCCAOM, they just said they have exam in foreign language, but that will cost $500 for each module. So that's very costly for we will be like the solo practice. It's too much.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. And I'll give Dr. Cook and Mr. McKenzie an opportunity to respond to those as soon as we hear from all of the public comments. That would be great. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Randy Pollock on behalf of the Colleges of Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine. For many years, I think all of us have been frustrated in dealing with the CAB over a variety of issues, whether it's testing or accreditation. We're very happy about the change in the leadership at the CAB. We believe that this is going to move the whole profession into a new direction. I think we're going to see a lot more working with the committee. Many of us have been working with the committee over the few years, and we look at the Sunset Review from a couple years ago. We're still working on trying to implement those recommendations. So we believe there's a new day. We look forward to working with the CAB. We believe that there's going to be a much better relationship among all the parties involved, and we believe it's really going to advance the profession. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pollock. Appreciate that. Other comments? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Bill Mosca with the California State Oriental Medical Association. I just want to quickly commend staff for another exceptional background report, very comprehensive and I think fair. Also want to commend the board for moving forward with its audit of the NCCOM exam. It gives us some data to work with in making critical decisions about the California versus the NCCOM exam modules. In the past, we've had to rely a lot on really anecdotes, and this is at least a start in a database decision-making process. And finally, I want to commend the new leadership of the board. I have watched them at work over the past couple of years and believe that they'll bring some needed change and a breath of fresh air to the board. Finally, just want to extend our support for the extension of the sunset date of the board.
Very good. Thank you so much. And any other comments from the public? See no one. If you'd like to respond, Dr. Cook and Mr. McKenzie.